welcome back. This is Tempo Presents here on Tempo, and we're here at the National Academy for the Performing Arts here in Trinidad, Port of Spain. We're here now with Atiba Phillips. He's the Managing Director of ICT Limited, and he's one of the partners here of the iCreate e-content competition, of course put on by CANTO. Hi Atiba, how are you doing?
Very well, Giselle. Good to see you again.
Yes, and of course how you were starring in the launch today.
Thank you. We're partnering with CANTO on this initiative, indeed.
Why did you decide to partner with them?
I think that, we've been working with CANTO for some time, and I think that this is one of the initiatives that we've sort of caused them to invest in as well. We feel that e-content is the place to go. So after you've gotten connectivity going in the region, you've gotten broadband, you have computers in schools, and you have mobile phones and so, but what are you going to do with it now? And I think so content is the next step. And so I think it's a pretty visionary, and it's also something that the region is going to benefit from economically if you get it right.
So, young people interested in this field, what advice do you have for them? What voids need to be filled? Where is the money? You know, young people want to know that these days.
That's great. When I was in university in California, in Berkeley, Silicon Valley area, there's a lot of venture capital stuff going on in that area. And so you can be in your garage, very humble beginnings, HP, even Microsoft, Bill Gates, very humble beginnings, but they were able to connect with people who didn't have the skill but had the money and the vision, and they were able to grow huge organizations. In this case, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to couple some of the telecom companies in the region who have some of the bigger pockets with some of these young people who are just brilliant, and cause their content to be able to be distributed and monetized through the networks, and build large organizations. That's what we're about. Digital content has economic value, and I think that's clear from some of the things that I've said before, but just looking at cultural value. A good friend of mine, Jean-Michel, said that we are not ever going back to vinyl records and CDs. We're going more and more forward into the digital space. And so therefore, digital content has cultural value. And content generation is also very closely linked to innovative capacity. And really that's what we're about. We're about changing the basis of the economies of the region towards innovation, towards sustainable activities, rather than some of the fickle industries that our countries are based on today.
Now, what I like about this competition, it's very broad. Submissions can take the form of videos, games, MP3, mobile application, and also the categories. We have things like education,
heritage, e-government, e-business. I think there's tourism, there's entertainment.
There's media and news, we can't forget that, yes?
Correct. Media, news, and entertainment. And so what we're saying is really trying to get as great a caption as possible, because individuals in this space don't really know what's out there. So we're trying to get everybody who's out there to become known, so that we can then start to build linkages and fill the gaps and the voids that there are, so that we can make a business of this.
So my question is, the judging criteria, since you have, it's so broad, it's so wide, it's going to make it a little more difficult for the judges, don't you think?
Indeed, but I think the criteria is about creativity, it's about, opportunity for commercialization, it's about, if you're in a particular category, does it actually fit in that category? And those kinds of things, which are across the board. So it's really, is it a finished work, which is another one. We don't want people giving us stuff that they kind of not finished with us yet. So because the point of it is to try to commercialize it, right? So we can't commercialize if it's not done. And so it's a very strong emphasis on monetization, commercialization, and trying to get little young folks and businesses, rich.
Thank you, Atiba, and continue doing the great things that you are doing. And of course, hopefully I'll be bouncing you up from time to time.
Continue doing the great things that you are doing, and we shall bounce again. Thank you so much.